The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's David Palmer, Leo King, and we're here live for Deep Love Tarot for the week of July 29th through August the 4th, 2019. Don't forget to say rabbit, rabbit when it is August the 1st. If we need it more now than ever, whew, yeah, we're due. But the good news is this week is going to be a lot of good change. I'm looking forward to it. And by the way, I am winded because I just ran back and forth. And I was thirsty and I didn't have a drink. And the clock was ticking down. You'd think I'm out of shape. I'm not out of shape. It was just woo! But talk about feeling a little bit out of energy. This is this dark moon that we are doing this live tarot on. And I want to remind people that Mercury is going to come out of retrograde this week. So when it comes to love, don't get all weird negatively at the beginning of this week. There's so much positive this week coming for love in general in the astrology. And if you've never watched the show before, we're going to cover all 12 signs, of course. So we pick it out of a solo cup. So you don't know what sign we're going to do. We don't do it in order. And then, of course, we do the collective at the very beginning. We also got Craig in the house. What's going on, Craig?
What's going on, Mr. Palmer? How's everyone doing out there? I'm feeling loose today. I got my Bob Marley shirt on, keeping it that Rastaman vibration.
Boom. Well,
hold on. Before we do jump into this, though, I got a lot of messages and emails this week about the artwork that's been sitting behind me and the artwork that's all around that is done by Kim Tabe, where a new series is being presented on highvibe.tv on the app for free, where she teaches you how to paint. It's awesome. It's free, so you should check it out and check her out. But yeah, all the art that's around is from Kim Tabe.
Kim is amazing at what she does. She's like so powerful. And what's awesome about her is, I don't think we could even look at all of her art around here. It's pretty crazy, but all of her art, it has so much love in it, but it's also got the emotions of love through it. And I think this week we're going through some really intense emotional stuff. How have you been feeling with love lately?
With love, I feel like there's been a lot of past issues being brought to the surface at this moment. So I like that point when you say don't like get caught up in this beginning cycle of it. Just kind of ride through it. And we've all been there before. We're experiencing it a little bit again, or at least I am. I don't want to speak for everybody, but we will get through it.
Yeah, and if you didn't know, we are live in the chat. And we love people. And I want to say this, if you want to support the show being live, just like Deep Astrology that's here on YouTube, check out highvibe.tv, where the daily horoscopes I do are, my weekly intuitive reports, my weekly sun sign reports, my weekly tarot reports. I do over 20-something videos a week on there, and we have a bunch of other people on there. We're doing hundreds of videos. It's pretty insane. Check it out. You can buy individual videos, of course, if that's what you want to do to help support us. Or, of course, you can subscribe for literally the price of a smoothie for the month. So definitely check it out. It has been a roller coaster coming up to this point. We've been through so many eclipses. We've been through so much. So I think that this is going to be a powerful love reading. Today's cards that we're going to be doing are the Ganesha deck at the beginning, so we're going to see how things are going to start off. I'm putting our challenge and our middle card here as the Astro cards, which are the Black Moon deck. And then we are going to find our resolution and our spiritual advice through the original Rider-Waite. And then I've got this Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. I love this deck as kind of an overall to help everything out. And then don't forget, we got the Astro dice in the house. So let's just go into the collective reading of where things are going for love on everybody this week and see what is going up. I'm going to clear the energy from this deck. Are you ready, Craig? Are you clear too?
I'm clear. I'm ready for takeoff.
I'm ready to take off on a dark moon in Cancer with Mercury retrograde, although a nap sounds super good, but I say we go into this tarot. All right, for the collective this week, we got Steadfastness. It was funny, this card's been popping up a lot lately. But this card is definitely about like steadfast on what makes sense for you, what's going to empower you. But more importantly, you know, don't give up on situations that look beautiful and positive. Stay forward on it. Like, this is definitely not a week to try and just back out. I think especially with this dark moon at the beginning of this week, we can feel like, stay steadfast, keep moving forward. This is a time about love. This is a time that we can really just keep moving forward into beautiful places. Definitely keep your strength. This steadfastness also, I think, does deal with self-worth. You know, there is this place of, you know, finding that self-worth inside and owning that, not having doubts or questions. We can get really lost in that. And I think that, you know what, when we start getting into that place, it's harder to have love, because if we're not going to have that love in ourselves, to own that position of our greatness in ourselves, it could become pretty difficult. Our challenge this week definitely is going to be the Leo card. That's the love, Leo, but the willpower. And that goes a lot with the steadfastness. Like, you know what? Have the willpower to go in places you haven't before. Have the willpower to try love. I think that a lot of people have got a little bit of fear when it comes to love right now. Like, they feel like, oh, it's not exactly the way that maybe you might think that it should be, or who knows, and you're going to go down some really weird holes in your own subconscious and realize they're just blocks. We cannot block out love this week, especially with the new moon in Leo this week. We need to steadfast on love. We need to keep forward on love. We can't have this kind of, there's some doubts or some questions. We gotta see things through. We gotta see things through and where things are going to go. And this is definitely a week where you can't be afraid of it, and especially, how else are you going to have love? If you block love, it ain't going to happen. It also is reminding you to have fun. So if you're trying to deny yourself of fun, I think we need to throw the party up there fucking for today, Craigie, because this is a collective time to have some fun. Oh, he's always looking like he's ready for some fun. Our spiritual advice card has got the Devil reversed. Oh, stay away from toxic people. Stay away from people that definitely are, holding on a lot of dark energy. But with the reversal, they might be kind of trickster with it. But I think a lot of this too is like, there's a positive part to the Devil reversed of like, and it goes along with the fun, you know, like, don't chain yourself from experiencing what you want. This also is a very kind of sexual card too, so the spiritual advice is like, don't deny yourself either of pleasure or passions, especially with the Leo card as the challenge. It's like, it's almost like, why would we block out great things? We need to stay steadfast on great things. Don't create blocks. This is a week where we are going to, I need some more time to do something in myself, or when you're going to realize you're just sitting around doing nothing. There was this meme I posted the other day. It was hilarious. It was like, I can't wait for my day off. And then it was just a bunch of pictures of somebody just kind of sitting at home looking out the window, and then out on a road, just looking at the road, not knowing what they're doing. Like, I feel like there's a lot of that when it comes to love this week. It's like, are you going to block yourself? Are you going to go create some, you're going to go chain your own self? Not, and especially, with the Devil reverse, I think it's a reminder of like, energy that just doesn't feel like it's coming from a whole place of the heart. Like, if it's just kind of feeling like it's, not got that inner child and not got that beauty, like, stay away from that energy, Our overall that we got for this is the Stormy card. So I think that it's a positive thing. I think that actually don't be afraid of heading into stormy weather. There's something about us thinking that maybe love is stormy, and you know what, it is, because it creates a lot of emotion, and it creates a lot of tension, and it creates a lot of greatness too. And what's better than a ship that goes into some interesting waters? Now, stormy weather, of course, means that there's definitely, going to be a lot of energy coming at you. But I think that love is not as simple as we think it is. And I think that the more stormy the weather, it's going to be more if we're blocking ourselves of love, if we're blocking ourselves of what we could have, if we're blocking ourselves of connection, if we're putting up too many rules. And then we create our own stormy situation where we're alone in a storm with no connection. And being in a storm, you want energy around you. You want people around you. And I think that there's a lot of clearing of this weird stormy energy around relationships and love in general that's been going on for a long time. So this is going to be a really powerful week when it comes to course correcting with steadfastness about moving forward into love, moving forward into connection and passion, and not denying it or blocking it. The devil has its chains and its rules, and the spiritual advice is to let go of that chained energy and those rules that are blocking you from passion, blocking you from what you want to connect with. Our Astro Dice are pulling for the collective this week. We have got the South Node in Cancer in the 10th house. Wow, this is a weird dilemma. One, we need to focus on achieving what we want in love. I think that if we put these emotions of control, of how we want situations to look in relationships, and this deals with rules, South Node in the 10th. I think that we need to go and realize that we need to realize that there is no control over how we want our emotions to be. And we block ourselves from the emotion when we try to control, and we try to create rules, and we try to say, well, let's funnel love down this corner. Let's funnel love down this direction. It's like, aren't you going to miss out a little bit? So this is definitely a time to reconnect with feeling, and however those feelings go, and see what's there, opposed to turning love into a business where it's like, you got to sign this paper in order to do this, and you got to sign a lease in order to do that, and I need to, I don't know, the best way to describe it is like, I need an NDA or something. And it's like, what the, this is love, this is inner child, this is having fun, this is having the steadfastness to move through your own blocks and issues this week, which I think is pretty intense. I don't know if we throw anything else besides the party card on that one.
No, but I mean, that was still a little earlier than we usually do, so all in all, we're starting out on the right foot.
Yeah, I think we are starting off on the right foot. I mean, I think it's interesting, though, how I think the energy is, I feel it now in the dark moon, and I think we'll all be blown away by Wednesday and later on, but they were all kind of in a, we're processing a lot, but does that mean that we stop ourselves from greatness and positive energy and good feelings? I think that that's coming up a lot right now.
I think it's acknowledging the issues that you're having and working through them and finding that light. Yeah,
but still not afraid to move into something great.
You can't play a scared.
Well, it's kind of like, like maybe we should go see an Angels game this week or something, It's like,
I'm down with that.
It's like one of those things where it's like, even if you're processing things, like why not still enjoy life?
Abby, you want to go see a baseball game?
Yeah.
I know you're in there, Abby.
Game? So I don't know if they're in town this week. They might be. Well, this is where we go to the Solo Cup. We have no idea. And who do we got up in this mofo today? Who's up in here? I need some life today. We need this. I'm a Leo in the middle of a dark moon in Cancer, so with a Mercury retrograde in Cancer. So I'm calling on the audience today to bring some extra spice to this thing.
I'm feeling we're getting Aquarius first.
All right.
That's my guess.
We got Libra first. And Libras always want to go first anyways when it comes to love relationships. So
yeah, super close.
Yeah, that was very close. Very close, Craig. Super close. Get that Libra. All right. Thanks for everybody in the chat. Bring it out. Oh, do we got trolls in here? Let the trolls be. We'll love the trolls. I'm not afraid of trolls. I'll tell everyone a quick story real quick. I had a troll yesterday in real life, not from the internet, but just somebody I didn't know, threatened to kill the whole entire parking lot and kill me, and it was pretty gnarly. I won't go into the whole story, but we had to call the police at the store and stuff. It was pretty gnarly. So there's some people out there doing some crazy stuff, and if somebody's in here being crazy and is a troll, let them be under their weird little bridge and let them be in that sorrow. We're going to clear the energy from the troll, the energy from the deck, the cameras, Craig, me, and everything in the world. And we got reflection. So this week for Libras, there's a lot of reflection on the past and, a lot of reflection on, what you've learned in partnerships and love. And you know what? This is a week for you to take some time to reflect on what you really want. I think that there's a lot of introspective aspects to this. I think that there's a lot of, looking around you. What are you reflecting in your life? Who's around you? What kind of partners are around you? What is your partner doing if you're in a relationship? But what are the reasons why? What are you doing? What's the reflection back at you? There's a lot of mirroring going on right now for Libras in order to understand the path and understand what's going on. And I think that also there is usually reflection after we've done things, So there's something about that you've kind of been doing things and a big question on whether or not you should be still doing those things and how it's affecting your love life, how it's affecting your romantic life, how it's affecting partnerships. There's a lot of that. You did, for the challenge card, get the Saturn or the Truth card. So with this reflection, there might even be some stuff that you reveal this week to a partner to feel more of integrity. This is about learning integrity. This is definitely a time for, a lot of your truth to come out, and the reflection's going to help that. But I think that you might have troubles with doing that truth. You might have troubles with setting that boundary line and where you're at. You might have troubles making decisions this week because maybe you're reflecting on patterns of the past, or maybe you're reflecting on things this week, Libra, that really aren't, you, or maybe they're not you, or, you have a lot of choices, but you need to be honest. And I think that that's your whole entire MO of being a Libra and the judge is to be honest. So don't be afraid to be honest here. But that could cause some relationship troubles. I'll just be honest. Reflection and Saturn and truth. So. Hey.
That didn't take long.
No, didn't take long.
Took a turn for the worst right there. Pretty
But you know
quick.
what? Let's see. We're only halfway through, It's a little bit like, let's see what's on the river here.
Each passing moment is another chance to turn it all around.
Did I just accidentally fuck it up by doing that?
You redid the mojo.
I did the mojo. We got, here we go. The Five of Swords reversed. So the spiritual advice is you don't need to keep trying so hard and proving something, or more importantly, maybe you're trying too hard to be a certain way. You need to reflect right now. You need to pull out. You need to kind of be in a space where the other part, though, is the spiritual advice, you're not trying hard enough, to be honest, and to reflect. So this is one of those things where it's like, maybe you've been pushing the limits a little bit too hard, and now you're like, whoa, maybe I did push this whole thing too hard. Maybe it's a new relationship, you pushed too hard, and you need to kind of maybe make a choice and bring the truth out and reflect on it. Or maybe you're in a relationship and you kind of been pushing the limits a little bit. Maybe you need to pull back, and maybe you need to kind of restrict, and maybe you need to make some sort of commitments. Saturn wants commitments and truth, and it wants decisions to be made. There's a lot to reflect in that space. The Oracle deck says get your guides. You need to follow what your guides are saying. You need to be connected more with an alignment with spirit. This is definitely a time, especially with guides coming over the Saturn card, that, the angels, and more importantly, just God itself is trying to direct you more towards your initial truth in life. And I think that if you're not living within that truth, if you are not living within that spiritual truth, or you're denying people of that truth and not listening to what God and the positive aspects are having to say, it could definitely be kind of a hard energy and a hard week. So, you don't want to go into that. You want to be honest. You want to follow what Spirit is saying. You want to kind of go more inward and reflective. And you definitely need to maybe push a little harder when it comes to these more positive attributes, instead of pushing harder for more of these desires and stuff that you haven't really reflected on yet and put you into some weird positions that you don't know how to act on. Your astro dice, Libra, is, and we're already around the first one, we get the second house of Uranus with Capricorn. So yeah, this is saying that you need to find new ways to build something forward for the future that has some sort of plan. You know, it's almost like the rebel needs to realize that without a plan, or with just being a rebel without some sort of substance, you know, it really is not doing well for you. This is about directing innovation and moving forward into having some sort of plan, you know, whether it's you need to make choices in a relationship, or whether you need to plan a relationship, or more importantly, what is it that you're geniusly trying to figure out and create, you know, for you to accomplish when it comes to relationships. You need to be clear on that. You need to set that intention, and you also need to be moving forward. Are you in relationships that are moving forward in a positive direction, or are you moving backwards and doing old situations that you've had before, which will not accomplish anything except for a reoccurrence of what you've already been through? That's a little bit of a truth bomb right there. Ah, the Libras, ah, the Libras.
To quote the late, great Bob Marley, just cannot live in this negative way. Make way for the positive day.
What sign was Bob Marley?
That's a good question.
Oh,
He was one of them. He's 1 to 12, that's for sure.
I think he was Aquarius or something.
That'd be fitting since I picked Aquarius first, so.
Really?
Wow.
Does anybody know in the chat? He might have been.
Who's got Bob's sign out there?
He might have been Aquarius. I don't know why. I just feel like he might have been Aquarius. Remember how he died?
Yeah, cancer from his foot.
Yeah, but it was like he could have got it treated.
He had cancer in his big toe, and he didn't want to remove his whole big toe because he wanted to be able to dance around on stage and play soccer and all that. So they just removed a big chunk of his toe, and it ended up spreading everywhere. He actually performed like right before he passed away. It was pretty wild.
Oh, he's Pisces. That makes
Swimming
sense.
upstream.
Or people are saying they believe. This is a lot of Mercury retrograde weird stuff. February 6th? Oh, so he was an Aquarius. Come on, good.
Abby's on point. She's got it right there.
I wouldn't be a celebrity astrologer if I didn't know all the celebrity signs. I'm good. Fuck, man. I better not ever doubt myself again. Oh, who's next? Yeah, Aquarians, that was a weird way to die. Not that I want to get too cryptic today on death or anything. We are doing love tarot, but every sign, you know, is pretty easy to know how they're going to die. That will be for another show. We got Virgos next. Well, we're going to go from a little bit backwards, but we got the Virgos in the house. Treat those Virgos good, as my mom wants to say. All right, Virgo. You ready for this new moon in your 12th house with Mars and Venus in the 12th? Good luck. What are you clearing out this week? I'm clearing the energy from the deck from the last reading, from Craig, me here in the studios, the cameras, and everybody in this room, and the troll that's underneath the weird little freaking, I don't know, what do trolls live under? Bridges?
Yeah, they live under bridges.
Yeah, weird life being a troll. The Delight card. All right. So Virgo, you know, go have some delight. Drink some Crystal Light. No, I'm just kidding. Although this kind of looks like a moment to go drink some Crystal Light. I don't even know if they make that shit anymore, speaking of cancer fucking. But, you know, it is a delightful time for you to enjoy life, to have some fun, and to be around positive energy that's having fun. I think that this week, when it comes to love, you know, you got to bring that delight back into your life. You need to do some fun things. You need to do, and delight is just like light stuff. It's not like you need to go plan a big trip to do some crazy thing to have some fun. Maybe it's lighthearted conversations. Maybe it's some flirting. Definitely maybe some flirting. Maybe, you know what, we need to throw that sex. We're going to throw the sex. Throw it up. Or just flirting. Sex. I can't believe this. I just read the chat. Somebody just put crystal meth.
No meth.
No meth.
But I was trying to find a sexy man video
Yeah.
for all the ladies out there. it's a little harder, you know. It just pops up with a lot of gay porn. So
Well, I was gonna
say I tried. We're still trying. We're gonna get some for y'all.
The ladies get to watch me and you. So
that's true.
You know,
it's true.
Although we're just kind of in chill mode tonight. But hey,
this is pretty much what I look like 24/7. So I don't change much.
You know, the ladies need some hot male-like energy. Like,
get it, brother. Hey, work it, own it.
You know what I mean?
We had a little pretty moment there, right there.
What do Virgos got? They got the Virgo card, so this is kind of weird as their challenge. Maybe, you know what? It's funny, when I read the crystal meth thing and I thought of Virgos on crystal meth, I was like, well, maybe I would call those Virgos on crystal meth and tell them to vacuum the whole studios up. But the challenge is that you're overanalyzing things, and I think it's causing a lot of problems right now with just having fun and delightfulness. So you might run into some challenges of overanalyzing what a partner's doing, or overanalyzing what some new situation in love is doing, or even yourself about how your love energy is. Just step into some positive, delightful energy. Get out of the overanalyzing this week. I think get out of the over trying to, criticize, but also just be yourself too, right? Like, part of this, because it is your own sign and it is your own card, and you did get this as a challenge, is just be you. And that's the delight that it is. If you want to vacuum. Don't overanalyze and be like, oh man, everybody's not going to like me vacuuming. Nobody's going to like me doing the dishes. Not all Virgos just do that, remember, but these archetypes are funny to have. Virgos do know how to serve others and be of service to others. So maybe if it's delightful to serve somebody this week, or to, do some great energy, or especially Virgos love to meditate. They love to do yoga. They love to do a lot of these things. Just be you. Do it, whatever makes you feel good this week. This is a very good reading for Virgos. Your spiritual vices, just let the past be the past. There's nothing to be sad about right now. There's nothing to be sorrow about. If you're going to get caught up into some old past situation this week, which could come up, especially like maybe an old partner, or maybe even an ex, of what happened and some of those old emotions and some of those old things, you're just going to have to let it drop. You're not let it have to go, because the truth is that there's way better things to be focusing on that you have positive in your life right now. So, or you might even feel a little bit alone. Sometimes this card can feel a little bit sorrowed and alone, but the spiritual advice is that you're not. You have the choice to be delightful. You have the choice to flirt. We threw the flirt video, let's say. We don't even call it sex video. But I think that it's like this. I think that, it's about just enjoying life. There's way too many good things around you, instead of focusing on the things that aren't working. Your overall oracle is the good fortune. Man, Virgos hit the jackpot this week. But the good fortune comes by being you, not overanalyzing, and but maybe analyzing how to be more delightful and to let go of anything that feels alone and sorrowful, and to just, you have the good fortune of really, especially in love this week, whatever you really want. If you want to have some delight, you want to maybe make a flirt out there, you want to fix something in your relationship or do something without being over analytical and letting the past be the past, just show some fun, show some delight. Maybe it'll change somebody. Maybe it's good for you. Maybe if you are single, maybe it'd be good to go out there and flirt. Virgos, go out there and flirt. Go have some fun. Go talk to somebody. Let somebody know that you think they're cute. You know what I mean? Send them a little bit of a sliding of a DM if you got to. What did they get? They got Neptune in the 6th house in Capricorn. Wow, Capricorn's popped up twice now. Interesting, since you are 6th house energy, but with Neptune there, it's about letting go of this day-to-day reality, making it more imaginative, and, really to achieve a more imaginative life, to achieve a much more easygoing. This is about easing things off. This is about taking your, fruit of the looms. They make them for women too. Getting that off and just being easy. Wear your Lululemons, maybe free. I don't know. But be much more free this week. Be much more, sit on the higher side of life, the high vibe of life. And you're going to have a great week, Virgo. Man, Virgos, jeez. Can I be a Virgo this week?
No.
Fuck.
No, you're stuck.
I'm stuck.
You're stuck with whatever the cards give you.
I know.
Maybe your mom will share it though a little bit.
My mom's married.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's about love.
You can love.
You know what I'm saying? She's already, you know.
I know. She can share it with you. She can pass off
What
a
I'm
little bit
saying
down
is
to you.
I don't want to take my mom's good vibes, which she can use in her relationship.
All right, fine.
That makes sense? I'd be jacking. You can't, you know.
Hey,
there's a lot
sharing
of-
is caring, brother. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring, but, you know, you don't share the good fortune. Capricorns. Cappies. All right. Well, you know, Capricorns definitely have some major love shit in the astrology this week. You guys should all check out my Capricorn horoscope this week if you're on High Vibe. Whew.
You ever been with the Capricorn?
Yeah. Actually, my second girlfriend in high school was Capricorn.
Ooh.
We had amazing love until I went to the military, and then she dumped me while I was in the military.
You gotta do what you gotta
Only
do.
time I've been like dumped,
It's not fun.
like by letter,
Oh, by letter.
which is like hard when you're in boot camp. You're like, yeah.
You're just sitting over in the corner crying and shit.
I think I was. Yeah, it was a very emotional time. When I got a letter, I was like very emotional, and so I got positive ones, and then I got that one, and I'm like, yes, it's my girlfriend, and she used to write little hearts, and
She just shit all over you.
and it was like the most. There was no hearts. There was no, you know, scent. She would always spray her perfume on it.
Oh, that's lovely.
And then I looked up, and I was in a room full of 80 men with everybody waiting for the phones, and I'm like, in the mail area, and I'm like, wow, this is a lot of fun. But you know what? I understand. Like, she was a senior in high school. I was just joined the military, just graduated. So, you know, being a senior in high school and having a boyfriend in the military, like, that's not going to work. She ended up with a great guy and had kids too, and I'm happy for her. So that's life. But she was great. Capricorn, I've had great Capricorn. That was like one of the best relationships I ever had in my life.
Could you imagine back in the day, like getting it over that? What was the thing where they had to tap out the letters? You know.
Oh,
So you're just receiving the shittiest letter, just letter by letter, having to piece it all together.
dude.
At least there were a little bit more common times now, so you got that pencil and pen.
I remember because I got kicked out of the military a year later, and then that was right when she graduated. And then it was a little after that, you know, because I was.
You're like, I'm back, baby. I'm back.
No,
Take me in your arms.
She never did get back with me. We hung out, but she was dating another dude, and that dude she did marry. Gnarly.
Well, luckily for us, she wrote you that letter. Luckily for all of us, right?
Yeah.
Because now we
well,
get to hear it on TV.
I
So
did
it's
go.
great.
I did go pretty wild after that as a raver, and yeah, I guess I would never be here right now.
Yes,
if
Morse
she-
code. Thank you.
Oh,
so that
Morse
Morse
code?
code. I was trying to think of that shit and I couldn't.
Morse code. All right, Capricorns. You heard. You guys know how to dump real well. Let me tell you. Woo! You gonna be dumping someone this week? We're clearing the energy from the deck. The cameras meet Craig. The troll under the bridge. It's in the room and everything else. Let's see what's going on. Innocence. Oh. Well, are you really that innocent? No, I'm just kidding. I think that you need to tap into the innocence of the energies of love around you. It should feel innocent. Love is innocent. Love is kind. Love is got a nice behind. Anyway.
Yeah, they say if you reach one person, if you can make one person laugh, you've made it. So you're good.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a real good one.
To me, that's innocence at least. But there's that innocence aspect of like, is your relationship this week, if you're in one or you're looking at a new one, does it feel innocent? Does it feel, you know, it's like innocence and love go together hand in hand. You're not trying to prove yourself. You're not trying to be like something. It just naturally feels like it works. It just naturally feels beautiful. You know, you start laughing at each other about little things. But if it's lost that innocence, I think there's a song like "Lost That Innocence." I don't know. You better be careful. Oh, holy cow! So, solar eclipse card for revolution, major changes in relationships, especially with this dark moon in Cancer and the Mercury retrograde is the challenge. Are you holding yourself from a complete revolution if you're in a relationship, or even in yourself about how you deal with relationships? Has it lost that innocence? Does it have that innocence? But I'm going to throw the relationship. I don't want to. We'll just let truth bomb for the moment. Truth bomb.
Settle with the truth bomb.
Yeah. And for our spiritual advice card, we got the Queen of Cups reversed, which means pay attention more to what feels more comfortable within yourself, opposed to these more like, oh, this is just comfortable to be comfortable kind of energy. You know, one thing about Queen of Cups is you have to feel like it is pure emotional, you know, goodness right now. And with this innocence card in a solar eclipse can be really harsh, I'll be honest with you. So I think Capricorns are kind of in a dilemma here. It's like, are you really in an innocent, beautiful, very empowered emotional state? Or are you kind of in a lower, you know, just kind of hanging on to what you can have, like just to keep the emotions together? It's not feeling innocent, it's not feeling that pure, and you're not willing to face the change and the radical change that's here when it comes to maybe a single love life and entering into partnerships or trying them, or a new relationship, maybe not feeling as innocent, and why are you afraid to leave? Or if you're in a partnership and it's not feeling innocent and you're just holding on to whatever you can to hold the throne together emotionally, even though it's not good emotion. This is intense. And safe travel. You know, you have safe travel when you do the revolution, when you do the big change. So don't be afraid to make big changes, Capricorn, in relationships this week. If you're single, changes in how you go about, changes in maybe even who you've been dating, or changes in a lot of this with this Leo stuff. You know, this is all very 8th housey for you. This is about more passion, more intensity, more connection, but innocence will help you define and see if it's there, because that bow chicka bow wow usually comes in a state of that innocent and that beauty and that place. But if it's feeling like it's forced upon to save it, then it becomes toxic. So there's a little bit of relationship trouble for sure to end it for them like that. And we got the Astro Dice, so let's see what we got here. Libra, Mercury, 8th house. Oh, the truth's coming out. Bomb, 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 bomb. You got to be honest. You got to be fair. You got to look at your relationship and look at the connection and see if it's actually there. Are you really that connected? Are you really that passionate? Is the environment that passionate as it is? This is going to be a true indicator for you of what needs to change and what maybe you need to figure out. I'm not one that advocates breakups, but I'm just saying, like, if you are going to try and fix this thing, you need to be more honest and truthful and see if there's really a connection there and how can you rebuild that connection. If not, if there's not something there, then it's not fair. It's not the environment you want. It's not. Are you not stimulated anymore? You know, and also how funny that the 8th house popped up and this new moon this week in Leo is in your 8th house of sex. So there's something about communicating the more sexual beauty and connection. And if that's not there, and it's toxic or it's unbalanced and doesn't feel like the person you want to be with, well, Capricorn, that's not that innocent. You're guilty of being in a relationship that you are not connected with. Ha 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 ha.
Are you not entertained?
That is my truth bomb. Oh, ha 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 ha. Oh.
Do you think those caps tap into love pretty easily? Do you think they have some blockages sometimes? I mean, we all have blockages, but
I would say that Capricorn does take a little bit more time for love, just because Taurus is their 5th house ruler, so they like assess if it's valuable on their journey. They are definitely passionate about sex and connection, but getting into a relationship is like a very deep emotional pull for them, and they they like to put their emotions there, but they also want to make sure that they're on their path, but they also know that their emotions kind of hold them back from their path, and if it's with somebody that's going to hold them back from who they are, what they want, it's kind of a scary territory for them. So yeah, I would say Capricorns kind of are a little bit harder to get in a relationship with, unless, you know, you're Tiger Woods and you're showing enough, you know, glitz and glam and enough money in the back parking lot and fucking...
Was it back parking lot? It was probably a bunch of Motel 6s.
I'm just going to say that
Which is the spot.
I just know people who know people, let's just say, and I've heard some of the stories, and all the girls knew the price, and he would bargain, and then at the end of the day, they all knew the price, and then they'd say it, and you'd go, okay, like he was a pushover.
Well, I mean, when you got all that money.
Same thing with
So
Charlie
whatever.
Sheen, but, you know.
Charlie Sheen was out there giving everybody AIDS, so that's a whole
Yeah, but that
nother
was
story.
because, you know, I mean, I'm not going to put it all out there of why that happened, but let's just say that he liked to play around with
Everybody?
Not, you know,
The field?
he liked to play the field, and then he liked to hire girls to watch him play the field, but not the field, like experimental fields.
He was out there pitching and catching.
Yeah, exactly. With
No
with people who
no
were
glove.
experimenting with switching their MO or whatever you call it.
Charlie!
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 Oh my gosh. Charlie! What do we got here? We got Aquarius. You're right. Aquarius popped up, dude. To disconnect
y'all,
us from that
I'm a
energy.
psychic.
Everybody in the room is like, what the fuck? Hey, I didn't put the warning at the beginning of the show. I should have put the warning. This is not your typical tarot show. So if you want to go watch some normal tarot, please, by means, there's plenty of it on YouTube on there, and half of them don't show their face. So
Or you can just stay here and get weird with us for
yeah,
a
if you sit
little
here,
bit
get
longer.
weird, and you want to talk about some real shit in love. We get real over here. You know what I mean? We get real. So, you know. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius is also not so much about love, but about relationships. This is the new moon in your relationship house. This is after a whole entire eclipse season the last 2 years. I'm like really concerned about relationships, actually, to be honest with you. Before even going into this, I almost want to throw the trouble, but we're not going to do that yet. Let's see what we got. We're clearing the energy from the deck, the cameras, Craig, me, the troll in the room under there, and everything else, whatever there is. Relaxation. Are you relaxed? Are you chilled out in the Zen den and the...
Or are you in the dungeon of dreams?
Or are you in the dungeon of
dreams?
Dreams. I was going to say the Dungeon of Dragons, but I think that was a card game.
There might be a dragon flying around,
I
flying
think
around
this
in
week
there.
that, you know, relaxation is good for relationships to process things and see how relaxed the state you're in. But I also think that the lackadaisical state of relationships, is that really where it's at? That's a big question. So there's a lot of big questions about this week. Is it too relaxed? Does it have any more stimulation, or are you just kind of hanging through this thing? You did get the 12th house of escape as the challenge. So you know what? Relationship trouble. I felt it. I knew it. I know. So the challenge here, there is this escapism. 12th house deals with subconscious stuff, this relaxation, 12th house. You know what? You're probably going to go escape this weekend and try and see if that will save the relationship or change the relationship, or maybe, you know, you want to go run away with someone on some little like escapade. And, you know, be careful of alcohol and drugs. I always want to say that in relationships. And, you know, it reminds me of like I think the song Drug Ballad by Eminem, when he's like, you know, saying that, and we did ecstasy and I love you too. It's like, you know, be careful of the state that you're in your energy this week, Aquarius, because you could be doubling down on even, and I'll be honest, I've had some crazy Aquarian people hit me up lately, like in my DMs, like saying some crazy shit to me, like they know me or something. I don't know you out there, by the way, at all. I've never talked to you. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about you. Anyway, creating some really psychological, weird kind of ideals about the relationship stuff and almost being a little bit too lax. Now, positive in this is if things are going good and you just need to kind of go in and escape to yourself to kind of figure things out in a relationship, that's fine. Just make sure it's a positive one. And you did get the 8 of Pentacles reversed as a spiritual vice. So, you know what? Are you just doing the same relaxing old escape again, like the same thing? It's almost like there's something about Aquarians denying themselves of moving into some sort of new energy that's going to change things. It's like trying to keep things the same, and almost it might feel like you're in the most boring, repetitive things. So we're going to throw a boring relationship up there because escape, relaxation. I'd escape from that.
We all need to check out every once in a while.
Well, if the relationship gets to that point, like,
I mean, hopefully everyone in here ends it long before it gets to that point. I mean, do you want to spend your whole entire life just wasting away?
Aquarians like to fix
wasting
things.
away?
Aquarians, you'd think, I will be honest with you, Aquarians are very good if they're dating somebody and it doesn't work out, they're gone fast. Like, they don't deal with it. But when they fall in love, and they fall in love hard, they're the hardest to let go of. Like, they don't know how to let go well because they have Capricorn as their 12th house. So they try to control, try and kind of own in many ways. Like, and their 7th house is Leo, so they can get really passionate, and then they can look at their partner as their king or queen. They can get really, intensified by this stuff. Their overall card is the fire card. Where's the fire? And look at this. You need to bring fire as the escape, passion back into the escape. And so I think that this is a time for you to realize what has to be let go in the relationship, or if you're single, how can you raise that fire up without making it some sort of negative escape or some weird place? Like, you definitely need to bring some passion back to this relationship. And so maybe, the escape might be a little bit of the flirty, tooty sex energy.
Or you can flirt without leading to sex.
Yeah, but I think with this fire and the 12th
What if they just need a little attention?
I mean, look at the relaxation. If this doesn't look like Ganesh is ready to go film some porn on Pornhub right now, I don't know what, it's like Ganesha in the back.
He's in the Zen den. He's about to turn that into the Dungeon and Dragons guarantee.
And he's Aquarians are kinky. So, their 8th house is Virgo, but they kind of want it a certain way, and so it's like he's in his spot. Like, what if? And you know what? He's got a lot of hands too, so maybe he's gonna have a weird orgy this week. I don't know. Maybe that's what Aquarians need. Maybe Aquarians need something different. I don't know. Oh, we gotta do these.
Aquarians need to get done up and go show themselves to the world.
Yeah, well, you know what? You just called out the Aquarians and what's going on astrologically. They need to get back out in the world. They are hermits. They are the trolls under the bridge right now. I just called that one out. That's a truth bomb, by the way. Slurring your words a little bit there. I don't drink, people.
I drink for
Craig
the both
can
of
vouch
us.
for me. 4 years. Not a sip of alcohol.
I handle everything for the both of us.
Yeah, Craig.
Everything comes through me.
Craig does drink. I do not.
I like to enjoy myself, to say the least.
Yeah, say, I have nothing against what anybody does in this life. I just don't drink. So, North Node, 3rd house, Scorpio. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. This is, the jewel is pointing towards the truth. And the truth, 3rd house, Scorpio. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm 3rd house, got a lot of Scorpio going on. And you guys know I drop truth bombs. And with the North Node here, you need to focus on the deeper meaning of the real things that are going on in the environment that you're in. Escaping it is not going to work. You cannot, even while you're on your escape, there's going to be some little cockroach that's coming and eating at you to get you to the truth. Follow the cockroach, Aquarian.
It's Le Cucaracha.
Maybe they should listen to La Bamba. Or what's that La Cucaracha song?
I think it's just La Cucaracha, La Cucaracha.
Cucaracha.
I think it's a different song, but they just put La Cucaracha over it.
La Bamba is just La Bamba,
La
right?
la bamba, sebirari sarani sanaranda.
And then add a El Cucaracha in there.
That's my take on Spanish. I know lo siento, no habla español.
Ah, I can't say what I say in Spanish because it's got negative connotations into them all. But I learned a couple lines in Spanish. I did take Spanish 3. So I do understand how to hear and understand a lot of Spanish, but the stuff I learned was just to make it through Mexico alive as a Orange County, like half white boy, half Pacific Islander. Who do you think's next?
I'm going to roll with my sign. I'm rolling with Scorp. Ain't no party like Scorpio party. What do we
It's
get?
Leo. Great. I really wasn't ready for me yet, but especially after talking about cockroaches.
It's okay. Don't worry, my friend.
Okay, all right. So we're going to clear the energy from all the cockroaches in the world and everything going on, camera-wise, troll-wise. Craig, me, Solo Cup. Leos, y'all ready? New moon in Leo this week. Acceptance. Oh my gosh. This is about learning to accept the love that you are, accept things the way that they are, and see when you accept things, the beauty that's there. That you don't need to go looking out for anything maybe new, or you don't need to be going out and searching. I think that this is about looking at what you have. Now in this card, it's a pregnant one. So it's like when you finally accept that you're pregnant, I'm not saying that there's going to be pregnancy for Leos, but there is definitely when you accept it. The idea of this card is once you accept being pregnant, you can enjoy it, you can really see it, and you can be comfortable with it. So there's a lot about accepting yourself, a lot about accepting what's going on in love and partnerships, and accepting the beauty in what's happening right now. So I think that this is a very beautiful card, and I think that this is a very big card saying that there's a lot of positives right now, because this is a card of positivity. And we always look at acceptance like, oh, we have to accept crap. What about accepting that things are great? Sometimes, you know, I get a lot of clients, they work on Wall Street or whatever, and they make big deals or whatever, and they're looking for more, and like you look at their chart and you're like, hey, like you have it really good right now, like what are you doing with it? And they're kind of like, wow, like maybe I should accept that I'm at a good place. Accept happiness when you got it, because it's definitely something that leads towards more happiness, not having it and then just like, well, I'm not going to accept it. You got to accept love, and I think that's something that Leos are definitely accepting this week. The challenge for Leos this week is the Venus love card. I called that shit. So this is definitely about learning to accept the love that you have, the love that surrounds you, the love that's around, and really appreciate that love that's around. But you know, the challenge is if you're not accepting love and you're not willing to accept it, or if, you know, I think part of this too could be like if somebody doesn't accept you for love, right? That comes up for Leos a lot, right? Leos get really like, oh God. Except if love doesn't go the way you want to either. So accept what's going on and we'll take you the right way. If somebody's not going to show up, or somebody doesn't want to connect, or somebody doesn't want to come into your life, accept that. And then guess what? The universe will bring in somebody who does. If you're at a place where you're like, oh, well, I've got this, should I do it or not? Accept it. See what's in there, you know? Don't be challenging yourself and moving your way from something that could be the most bomb thing in the world. And even if somebody doesn't accept you this week, that's going to only move you to the most bomb thing in the world. The spiritual advice card is the Page of Cups. Go have fun. Page of Cups, wonderful card. Throw the party card. Leos need to accept that there's a party and love and awesome. Page of Cups is about positive. Page of Cups brings always good news, positive, cheerful energy, having a good time, and being young, having that young a heart. Accept the young, the love heart. Accept that part of yourself and bring that out. Where is that? It's somewhere in your life, but you have to be willing to accept it right now. Your overall card is the talisman. The key is unlocking this great love that's in your life right now, this great love of acceptance. And even the key, if somebody doesn't accept you, is going to unlock you to something great. So you have the keys to your heart. Somebody could even hold the keys to your heart this week. Page of Cups means, especially if it's coming from a fun and easygoing and easy feeling energy, accept that, Don't accept this harder road of love and looking and going out and trying to conquest some place that you don't even know where it is. What card do I throw, or what thing? Oh, we threw the party card. That's really what it is. Unlock the happiness, baby. And for the Astro Dice, we got the 11th house, Saturn in Gemini. So this is about examining, doing more social things, putting yourself into new worlds that you haven't been before, examining new worlds. And really, I think it's about learning to communicate to people differently, or even understand. I think this is more about understanding people in a different way. And this is totally accepting people in a different way, understanding people in their positions and their understandings. And this is going to make you so much better when it comes to love, when you actually put yourself more in an understanding level of where people are at, where their environment is, what they're communicating like, and so forth. So I think that this is a good week for Leos, It's all there. It's just whether or not you're ready to understand that it's there.
Yeah, it taps into a conversation I was having with Abby earlier about just like how astonishing it is, like the power that other people have over our emotions and what can trigger us past situations that we've been in, and how like the stupidest little situation that you may have even discussed prior to that, even that happens, and then you get that emotions that are brought back up within you, and it is really truly taking that power back within you and holding your own key and your own strength.
It's true. It's weird how people can unlock some great potential, though, right? Like whether that is accepting that maybe, it triggered something, but they might have unlocked something in you that needed to be. It's like maybe you had a locked up, raptor in the bottom of your basement and it needed to be out and let out. Or maybe you had some weird, old, moldy, stuff in the fridge. By the way, in the trailer, the fridge is fucked.
Why, the fridge turn off?
Yeah, because the power, I don't know,
Oh, nice.
popped, and so.
Very nice.
Yeah, it smells wonderful. I just kept it closed. But yeah, maybe sometimes, that's a good example. Have you guys ever kept stuff in a fridge that went out and then you didn't clean it for a couple days, and now the salad is looking like
Soup.
Yeah, and it's hot outside, and you know what? Sometimes people will unlock that in you, but when you clean it out, now you had a beautiful new fridge to put things in. So I think that you bring up a great point there, Craig.
I didn't come up all by myself. That was part
Abby
as well.
And Abby's going to be here tomorrow, so I'll let Abby know to her face.
Yeah, she just said, what did she say? Don't let others live rent-free in your head. That's what she just said in the chat.
Dang.
Abby
dropping
that
some truth
fire
bombs up
today.
in here.
We'll give Abby a truth bomb.
Give Abby a truth bomb. I'm the old man hitting my jewel, waiting to see what sign comes out.
Corncob pipe.
Who do we got? We got Taurus, and Abby's a Taurus. And I didn't make that one up, I swear. You all know me. I don't play games like that. I don't rig anything. Are you ready, Taurus? You ready, Abby? All right. We're clearing the energy from the deck, clearing the energy from these cameras, clearing the energy from the troll, the world, the weirdo in the parking lot yesterday to me. Oh my gosh. All right, Taurus, I'm ready for this one. What does Taurus got? Taurus got wholeness. Damn! This is a great card. This is one of my favorite cards in the Ganesha deck. And it's 24. This wholeness is about coming together with this feeling and love and all the things in life that you want to feel coming together. and building relationships and partnerships and love in a whole new way. Wholeness, whole new. Ooh, I like that. But you know, this is definitely things starting to really synergize for Taurans out there, because this is definitely what Tauruses like to feel. Like they want to feel the wholeness of love. They want to feel everything. And this is definitely going to be one of those weeks where out of nowhere, I think everything is like a lot of pieces have been building and they're all starting to come together. This overall card is the Uranus card. And I think that we did get, Tauruses might have got this one recently, but I think this is a card that says in the challenge position, like, start to see that all the pieces have come together. How funny, in order to have wholeness, you need to see how all the pieces are coming together. You might be looking at the gaps, when I think that you need to put a little bit more, you know, understanding of a wide sense of there are so many connecting pieces right now in your life, and you need to just connect the dots. That's all you need to do. In love, it's like all the pieces are right there. Maybe you haven't tried some of these dots. We still are in a lot of retrograde energy. So it's like there's energy right there waiting for you to kind of harvest right now and take. And I think with Uranus here, it's also about the challenge of like, stop putting up any disconnection or stop putting up any, you know, oh, I just kind of need my own freedom and space. Uranus is in your sign. So it is squaring Venus this week too. So there is going to be a lot about learning, like emotionally not disconnecting, but connecting to bring the wholeness there. The spiritual advice card is the Moon, of course. The Moon. So the spiritual advice is to get deep and gritty into the emotional space. And look at that little Scorpio coming out. I love that little Scorpio coming out of the Moon card. You know, coming from the depths and coming out and revealing all the true feelings in itself. And this is all wholeness stuff related. Moon, wholeness, and the issue is Uranus, which tries to disconnect. No more disconnecting, Taurus. Come on, time to connect, time to feel, even if there is some creepy crawlers and feeling out there. That's what makes wholeness great, when you feel the whole thing. Sometimes, you know, those weird feelings you get and all that stuff, that's what makes love fucking grand. I think we need to throw them...
What are you thinking over there? What was that?
The lady.
The lady in white?
The lady in white.
Is that who you speak of?
That's who I'm speaking of. Connection. But you know what? A funny thing about this is, as we watch a screen go by, it's like, jump on that couch, Taurus. And of course, you pull past life stuff. You're clearing past life issues, or you know what? Past life, even though I will stick with it, but also just past issues of where you've felt disconnection are causing from past life partners or past life situations that you've gone through to disconnect. And especially, you've gone through so much 12th house energy from the 2010 onward that this is about clearing these old past life connections so you can get to wholeness and to the deeper emotions that the universe wants you to get to. It's time to get deeper, Taurus. Time to get deeper. Maybe you should watch some more deep astrology. You got Neptune with Jupiter. Wow, Jupiter is at home there in the 4th house. Feelings, experience more imaginative, more spiritual feelings. Experience the beauty of feelings, experience the abundance of feelings. You need to go on some experiences this week. So, you know, Tauruses, if you get an option and an offer to go feel it. I dare you to. There's some beauty there waiting for you. And imagination. I think that Tauruses are ready for more imaginative, more exciting. I'd throw them the party card. Go on an experience. Go feel.
So don't shy away. Don't shy away. If you get that chance to get that little man on the couch, you could be that woman on the couch with him. Or to get that
man over there fucking hanging out with the painting from Kim.
With who?
I'm talking about you.
Oh, what about me?
I was saying, don't be afraid to go experience the man with the painting of Kim's painting.
We could live in this beautiful land together.
Yes.
Just us.
Look at that imagination.
We could be walking.
That is a trippy
we
painting.
Could be walking
I saw it earlier, but I'll admit I
love it.
I was in camera mode and get on the show. Holy shit, Kim.
Now, when they get the lights going on and it changes, the bulbs completely look like they're lighting up, and it's awesome.
Where in the heck? It feels like it goes on to infinity.
And beyond.
I would actually
And
like
beyond.
to walk down that road. Is that a road?
Yeah. Cobblestone-ish with a little bit of moss.
I like that.
I'd be the gentleman
Maybe
that
roll
would make sure
around
that you
in the
didn't
moss
slip.
a little bit more.
Ooh.
But even above, look at that. Maybe go on a swing.
We could set up a hammock between the poles and just relax.
It has begun. It has begun. Who's next? Who do you think's next? I have a feeling it might be Scorpio.
I'm going with a fire sign.
It's Cancer.
I was
Cancers!
Close. Again, real close.
Cancers! Get the cancers going. Well, this is going to be a big week for Cancers. Mercury coming out of retrograde in their sign. Woo! I wonder what Cancers are going to go through this week. What are you feeling about Cancers? Are you hanging out with any Cancers, just people-wise? It doesn't mean you're dating them or anything.
No.
Well, we have Dylan. Or no, Dylan's Cancer rising. He's Pisces, so.
Same.
Who else is Cancer around us in our lives?
Yeah,
Right
none
now-
that I know of. Off the top of my head.
Yeah, there's no Cancers around right now.
We need some cancers in our life.
Well, you know what? Cancers, right now, and I'm going to be honest, like they are with people always, but they stay with that person that's around them. You're not going to see a lot of single Cancers just kind of walking through the world, even though that's their lesson with Uranus in the 11th right now.
Which is great, as long as they're not wasting their time in that relationship. That's a beautiful thing to stick with someone.
Yeah, they gotta.
At least me, I'm a hopeless romantic though myself, so.
I'm a hopeless romantic.
Help me, please.
Who used to sing that? Was that Guttermouth? No, it was. I'm a hopeless romantic. All right. Cancers were clearing the energy from my horrible singing. The trolls in the
You have
room.
a voice of an angel.
The
The voice of an angel. Don't sell yourself short.
I'm not bad at, I don't know. Clearing all that. Cancer's got belonging. Where do you belong? Are you in the world of where you feel like you have a place that you belong? I think that this is an important thing to figure out right now in your life, Cancer. Especially as I was bringing up the Uranus stuff, because Uranus is still direct this week. It is making squares to Venus. But you need to be very clear on belonging. So it's very easy to be like, yeah, I belong here. Like right now I can go down the street and say I feel like I belong down the street because I don't know, we're in Surf City in Huntington Beach. I used to be in the ocean every day. The truth is even though I live right next to the ocean, I live on the ocean, and the work here is on the ocean, I was in the ocean for jet ski racing this year, and I did get in the water, but I haven't rode a wave this year unless I was on a jet ski, but like myself. So I could say I belong here at the beach, but I really haven't been spending that much time here. I think that there's a lesson this week when it comes to the love that you're looking for in your life. Do they feel like they're making you feel like you belong? Or are you forcing belonging on yourself? Like, do you just like go, well, I want to belong here, so I'm going to stay here. But where do you really belong? That is a big question this week coming up. I think we're going to get the clarity here, which is the air element communicating. So there's going to be some communication issues this week, and even understanding if you belong or not, if you feel belonging. And I think that this air element is going to bring some relationship trouble for the Cancers and communication aspects and being clear and seeing where people all fit the puzzle. And, when communication issues come up, which Craig is big on communication in a relationship.
I'm about that.
I'm about that too.
Miscommunication and lack of communication fucks everything up. So
I think
I've been there. I'm not about that anymore.
I could say Craig and I are very similar. We just are very real. Like I don't think when you're in relationships or me, like we don't not talk about things to partners or people we date or whatever. Like we're just like, boom.
I'm learning, trying to be better. You know, the Scorpio-ness kind of hides, I guess, in the beginning, I guess you could say. This time around, I'm trying to be a lot more upfront about everything.
I got to learn to retract a little bit. A little too upfront. But,
I mean, as long as you're speaking from your truth, it's all good.
yeah, it's true. Jordan Peterson talks about that too. But this is a weird thing here, Cancer. You've got to realize that the troubles are with communicating, and once you have communicated and seen what the trouble communication issues are, or the not understanding, or if there's just things in thin air and you feel like you belong right now because things are in a non-understood place. But what happens when the actual truth comes out? Now where do you feel like? Do you still belong? What if it goes bad? What if you're in a place with somebody and it goes bad? What happens? Do you feel like you're going to still belong there? You might feel like you belong there now, but are you going to really go through the environment? Air element deals with environment too. Oh, wow, we got 9 of Wands upright that you're trying to hold on and defend. The spiritual advice is like, do not try to defend and hold on to a situation that is not even belonging in your life, and that's not connected to, you know, even the truth of communication. Maybe you're trying to avoid communication that you need to stop avoiding. You're trying to hold the defenses up on something because you don't want to see what's actually going to happen. Ooh. And Cancer's overall card they got is the Divine Masculine. Are you showing yourself up and being honest and communicative? Divine Masculine wants to understand what is going on. It is initiative energy. It is starting energy. And with the air element here also, and for females out there, I think that this is definitely where it's like, are you with the Divine Masculine that knows how to communicate? If they don't, then you don't belong. For men out there, that this Divine Masculine is you, I think, taking the position of being the communicative force and seeing if whether or not your partner is on the same page. Because as a Cancer male right now, you might be going through some hard things with women that might be fully unsure if they are belonging with you or not, as women are going through that with men. I got it though. All right.
There we go. Dropping them, getting loose out here.
All right, we got some rolling. We got some third house, more communication with Uranus. Oh man, some crane. It's Aries. This is you having to move forward into communicating in new ways, and you need to take some abrupt action with communication and to understand all things. This is you identifying the environment you're in and whether or not it is truly connecting to the wholeness of who you are or not. Is it moving you forward or are you moving backwards? This is going to be one hell of a week for Cancers. I think it'll be positive. I think it'll move you in a new direction, but holy moly, it is definitely not just smooth waters, I guess you could say. Aries.
We got a little Stormy Daniels on the horizon.
Do we have soap?
Cleanse yourself.
No.
Cleanse yourself from those
Tell the
hedonistic
Cancer,
thoughts.
Stormy Daniels is around. Communicate before it gets too crazy.
Yeah, just talk about what's on your mind and how you're feeling. It's easy. Easy. It's pretty straightforward when you think about it. You're like, fuck, I'm feeling this way. Say it.
Let's take the example of Stormy Daniels for a second.
But let's do that.
So obviously Trump paid her through
Yep.
Michael Cohen. But was it she who didn't sign it? Or he didn't sign?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even hear about that.
Somebody didn't sign it.
Probably fucking him.
I think it was Trump.
It's
no,
probably
I think,
him.
I don't know. Somebody has to correct me, but somebody didn't sign it. There was a communication issue. Long story short, the reason why Trump won that case was because of all that. And it was in her agreement to not tell anybody. So she tried to sue him for it, but it was there was an NDA or something. Anyway, long story short is don't run into some of these weird situations where you're just throwing yourself into, and don't sign anything this week with anybody, including outside of love. Oh my God. Wow.
You know what sign Stormy Daniels
I
is?
think she is a she feels like a Taurus to me.
Whatever the easy
I
one
think
is.
she's a Taurus. She looks like a Taurus.
What's the easiest sign?
Am I feeling the heat of Venus conjunct? I am feeling...
You can't be scared, MSG. You can't play scared. You got to speak your mind. Don't be scared.
You know, Sun-Venus conjunction, well, it'll happen at 21 degrees, so it's a while away. I mean, it's getting close. Yeah, I mean, I guess I feel it. I think maybe when I have my Venus return here coming up, and I think when the sun, the new moon is going to be trine my Uranus, square my Saturn. I don't know. I'm kind of in a, I'm in a really good place in my life, and I'm just kind of feeling the Leo just coolness, like I really am just kind of in a chilled back state. I'm feeling pretty chill.
That's
I feel
good.
good. I feel good about love. I feel great about the possibilities of love in my life right now, and I just feel, I feel positive. I feel
March
good.
17th is Stormy's birthday.
Oh, she's a Pisces.
Yep.
I think
She likes to get wet.
She might have. She likes to get wet. I don't think that woman could get wet. I think she needed to have some lube.
She gets wet.
I don't know. I think she has Taurus in her chart. She's got some. She might have Taurus right. She has something Taurus, especially with that Pisces. She definitely has something Taurus. You can see that Taurus in her. Not saying that that's bad for other Tauruses. I'm just saying you're talking about her individually. Abby Stormy Daniels is a Pisces. Yeah, and you know what's funny is she's March 17th. That means this whole thing happened with Chiron on her sun. It's crazy. So, when Chiron's on your sun, it's like she felt victimized. She felt it was a weird thing. It almost made her look weirder, I think, going about this whole situation. It didn't turn out the way that she wanted to either. She didn't get the money. Michael Cohen became a criminal. And
yeah, I don't know if it was that or all the porn that she's done that made her look weird.
Well, no, that's the thing, though, is Chiron catches up, and whatever you've done in your life, or just in general, if it'll show up, it'll make you look like Chiron, a weird energy and a weird vibe. Of course, maybe it was all the porn. I don't know.
She's received a
there might be
lot
porn
of
stars out
energy.
there that when they're older, they look fine. I mean, I'm going to be honest with people.
Yeah, but those ones back then.
Hey, I don't know if you remember. I won't say her name, but there was a teacher at our high school that was in Playboy, and the senior prank was we put her Playboy spreads, we Xerox copied it like all over the math building.
Playboy's classy though.
I know.
It's like
I'm
the
just
ballroom
saying.
dancing of porn.
Back then, she might be on some VHS tapes. Back then it wasn't like they had IMDb and all these kind of things. So there's a possibility that my senior math teacher could have been in some VHSs, at that time in their life. And we all knew something was up with her, and then one of the guys found out, and there she was. I think it's 1981, Playboy.
That was a great year.
I'm not going to say the month.
1981 was a great year.
And that was the year that we also threw the rats through the school. And,
Statute of limitation, I think, right? You should be good.
no, it didn't go well. Our senior prank didn't go well. It didn't go well with the teacher that got the Playboy thing. It didn't go well with the rats because they had to close the school down, and the police were looking for who did it and all that shit.
I was too worried about just even graduating, so I just kept it cool.
I was in that place. I was number 2 in detentions my senior year at 110. Doug had 112. And
I don't doubt that.
Oh yeah, we were. Him and I battled for who could be the top of detentions of all of high school my senior year, and that is true story. But
It's true.
it's true. And I'll say this quick story since we love this show and having fun. The detentions, I've said it. We'd smoke weed in detention by kicking the dirt. There were like dirt planters up in our classrooms that were like the tiered ones, like a college would be. And we'd kick the dirt up, and we'd light the weed and kick the dirt up. And the teachers were so dumb back then. They were like, "What's that smell?" And we're like, "We were playing in the dirt. Don't play in the dirt." And the smoke's flying everywhere, and the dust of everything. It worked so good. Man, high school was a blast. High school for kids today is just like jail.
With all the social media too, just like,
Yeah,
man, I
they're
don't
on
even
their
know if I could have
phones.
taken that.
Yeah.
I would have been in
it's kinda
big
sad.
trouble, big trouble.
You can get in. I mean, I was checking my pager in high school, you know, just being like, where do I get to the fucking payphone? And then if we want to get picked up, you go 1-800-collect. I'd call my mom, and then on the name I'd be like, pick me up at school, pick me up at the pool. That was my name, and then my mom would get it and hang up and go pick me up at the pool, and that was a free phone call. That's why I think 1-800-collect went out of business. I bet you they're still in business.
Yeah, they're around. They probably just transitioned to something else. They're probably like Cricket Wireless now or something.
Yeah, we got Geminis. It sounds like a Gemini thing to do. We're a Gemini now. Yeah, people love when you say what's on your mind. I do say what's on my mind. It's jail. Kids can't be kids. I know we used to play around in school so much. I found an old VHS tape of us just messing around at school with the video camera, man. Like, what happened to kids? I don't know. They all got hooked
Video
on
games.
Juuls.
Video
And
games.
they've never smoked a cigarette in their life.
But
that,
they just had-
to me, makes no sense.
They just had the Fortnite, whatever
Oh,
game
the
thing.
didn't the guy win $3 million?
3 mil, 16 years old, some cat from fucking Pennsylvania. He's about to be real popular, though, so good for him.
Well, yeah, he'll probably get a lady, and then she'll probably take him for the $3 million. It's gonna be wonderful, because he won't be ready for that. Or
I'm
you know
going
what? I
on
bet
the
you-
side of love. He's going to meet that woman that she thought she was too cool for him, and then she discovered, say, hey, this guy's not so bad. Look at him. He's dedicated to his cause, and they're going to be in love forever.
Well, I was gonna say, actually, this goes to the porn star story. Is a lot of porn stars, when they can't make it, they turn gamers. Have you noticed that?
That's good.
And so maybe maybe Stormy Daniels now is going to go play games with this kid for, the 16-year-old. Then maybe she'll get in trouble for hooking up with a kid under 18, and she's screwed. All right, Geminis, we're clearing all that energy for you. The cockroaches, the trolls, and under every bridge in the universe, the cameras, Craig, me, and the deck. Gemini got embraced. I shuffled the shit out of it. I don't know if they got embraced. I forgot who got embraced. Embrace. If you see, this is embracing a little rat. So this is definitely going to be a week where there's a lot of connection, there's a lot of intensity, there's a lot of embracing the love. It's a 2, too, so there's 2 energies. So we're going to see what this challenge is going to be embracing, but there's definitely you trying to embrace some energy very intensely here, especially with all this Leo energy in the 3rd house, and this new moon here. The stimulation is there, the lunar eclipse, letting go of change. So you are embracing change. You're embracing what emotions are dark and what need to be let go of. So I think that this is going to be some relationship troubles, for sure. Doesn't need to be all bad, though. Like, I think that this is like, embrace this new change in your life. You're letting go of something fully this week, but you're also ready to embrace something new. And by being in that new place where you can embrace something new, this can really bring something positive, but you gotta let go. And this is a major change. Maybe the type of relationships you're with, maybe the type of people you're with. I mean, everything, and Geminis can be kind of, they like it all, kind of, especially like Venus Geminis or.
Yeah, one of my best friends is a Gemini. He's fucking wild.
Yeah, Geminis can like, guys, girls, or anything, right? So maybe it's a change. Maybe you switch from liking a guy and liking girls or whatever. There's a lot of that stuff going on. Embrace. I'm not saying all Geminis are like that, but believe it or not, a lot of Geminis can be that way. They're willing to try both sides. That's the whole thing of Mercury. So you're embracing a change to find what really embraces you, and you have to let go of the past of how you've been doing it. You did pull the Knight of Cups upright. So this is about you treading into new emotional waters that you haven't gone into yet, and especially through change. But it's okay to take it slow. You don't need to rush into this. I think that though, but it means to keep moving forward too. So this is definitely not like a stopped week. This is definitely just a change and letting go of the old emotional ways and embracing something new, some new, slowly, emotionally, positive new road for you. You did get the lucky cards. You're going to be lucky, and you're lucky if you try something new. One thing about the horseshoe is, there is some luck, especially with something new coming in, something different. There's a lot of lucky energy this week for Geminis coming in for love, so definitely use this luck. And, I think that you can only get the luck, though, if you fully let go of something that you had emotionally connected with that you thought. And definitely with this lunar eclipse, maybe it's been something that's been going on since the lunar eclipse that was just not even 2 weeks ago. It was on July 16th. So any of the energy that you were going through on July 16th, it's just not going to work. But there's something lucky coming out of it, something different, something more positive, maybe even a new direction, kind of person. Maybe you're done dating, baseball players, and now you're ready for video gamers, or I don't know, you know what I mean?
Or swimmers, water polo players.
Swimmers, water polo players.
Those are the best ones, I'd say.
Astrologers.
Yeah. Astrologers, right-hand men.
Moon in the 11th house in Taurus. So this is about emotionally connecting to better people. That I think that part of the issue right now for Geminis this week, especially for love, is that the quality of people has not been up to par. And that this is friendships and this is groups that you're hanging around. Like, where you want to be in life. Why go hang out with energies and groups and people that are not on that energy? How are you going to find love and connection in those places? If you're in a relationship, this is telling you that you need to be more social and go find something that you and your partner can start to work together and create something with. This also is about creating better things in life with people. And I think that this is about connecting to a new level of emotions around a new higher energy around relationships, new high vibe of different people. This is definitely looking in new directions. You'll have some luck. And this is also reestablishing the values of the kind of people that you're with in the world, in the surroundings that you're around too, on a better plane. And Moon in Taurus, of course, is exalted. So that is the ultimate and the best, but it also is your 12th house. So it is about letting go of what is not the best. A lot of moon stuff there for the Geminis, which they're not very moony people, mental people.
Yeah, little, mental. They could be a little moody. Well, they're like hot or cold. They'd be like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go.
Have you ever had Gemini two-face you before? Well,
no.
Well,
no. I mean, I haven't spent like a lot of close time with Geminis, I'd say, besides my best friend.
So does that best friend of yours ever, like, out of nowhere turn into somebody else out of nowhere and you're like, whoa?
That'd probably just like be the end of the night at the bars. I mean, he coined the phrase "doing hot laps."
See, that's
doing
what I'm
hot
saying.
Laps. Once you had a few too many, it's at the end of the night at the bar. You do those hot laps. You walk around and you just find someone.
I'm going to tell you, every Gemini, it's either alcohol or a drug, but it's usually alcohol, switches them to another that twin, and then you think that twin's going to be around for a long time, and then when the alcohol wears out or something, they get a little cranky and moody, and they slowly switch back to the original person. But man, when the alcohol hits, that twin will come out, and there's no controlling that twin. It's almost like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, like, what the hell? Here they are, and whoa, okay. And you have to learn to love that other twin, or if you don't love that other twin, then you can't be friends or lovers or anything with them. Like, it's like, whoa. But when that other one comes out, you're like, what the hell is that? And you gotta like learn to build a new relationship with that other twin. It's kind of weird. You have to have two relationships if you're in a relationship with a Gemini. If you're with a double Gemini, you have to have 4 fucking relationships in one. It'd be kind of.
They keep it interesting though. So
they do keep it very.
It's nice to have a Gemini in your corner.
But when you got 4, oh my gosh, I've been through that. Whew. 4. Then you start getting confused and going, which one is which?
You just love them all.
Which one am I talking to today? Which one did I wake up next to today? Which one is it? I don't know. I'm a Leo. I'm the same motherfucker every day. So I might get moody, but I'll always come back to me all the time. You know when it's me. Who did we get here? I feel like I'm picking up fortune cookies. Oh, uh-oh, it's Scorpio time. Bap, 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 bap. Ah!
Finally. I thought I rigged it to come up a little bit earlier, but, you know. We're here.
It'd be so funny for people when they
ready.
come to the Scorpio one. It's going to be, hey, ah! They're going to be like, oh, shit, the vampires.
Treat us well.
Hey, I'm actually not going to put any juju on this. I'm going to clear juju. We're going to clear the trolls and every bridge around the world and the universe. We're going to clear the energy. We're going to clear the cameras. We're going to clear the room, clear me. We're going to give good energy. Should I do it? No, I won't do it. This is like Craig's trigger if I get ready to do the whole...
I'm ready to reverse it over here. What you got?
Hey, okay. You got to show the people that you're reversing it, though, because All right, it's reversed. All right. Promise of the future.
Ooh, I like that.
There is
That's
some
sensual.
new promises coming to the future. I think that this is a great card of looking into your future and what you feel, but you do need a promise that somebody's going to go along that future with you. So if you have questions in relationships, just be clear on where the future is going. That promise must be made. That promise must be at least, and you know what? It's not like an ultimate promise like we need to get married or we need to wear a ring, although some Scorpios might get engaged this week, who knows? But or
Like a pinky promise.
or the promise of you're out of my life, that could happen too. But there's definitely going to be finally some answers of where future energy is going in relationships for Scorpios this week, or at least getting some clarity and kind of picking the direction and where things are going to go. It's a really promising, really good card. The challenge of this is the Cancer, so the feelings. Ooh, so there's going to be a lot of feelings that come up, and maybe they're hard to describe, or maybe they're hard to understand for, and the issue is if you're not getting a promise or you don't know where the future is, those feelings are going to be too hard to handle. So you need some sort of understanding, communication, or some sort of, a promise is a little heavy, I think, of the future. But I would just say, I would look at that more as like, let's look into the future, see what it is. Let's at least funnel some direction so I emotionally know what the fuck's going on. Because there's a lot of feeling with Cancer, and there's a lot more feeling when Scorpio gets that Cancer energy, especially as we're finishing a Mercury retrograde in Cancer, which for you is the 9th house for Scorpio. So this is definitely about the future, right? 9th house. So, where is the future going? This goes very well with the astrology. I don't see any negative aspects put up yet or anything.
I like it. Keep it
Here,
going.
spiritual
I like
vice
it.
is the King of Swords. Again, it's almost like you've got to embody much more clarity. And so you have to step up and speak up and be more direct in what you want, be more direct in what you want to say. King of Swords upright definitely is very clear. It could come across cold, but with so much feeling that is there, it's not. So it's like almost filter this more very hard, intense direction of communication that you need to do, but funnel it through feeling, although sometimes that can go the wrong way and that can go really intense. But I'm saying funnel it through the beautiful feelings into understanding where that promise of the future lies. It looks a little bit Lion King-ish. Lion King.
So don't communicate from a place of potentially being scared or worried.
Yeah, I would say that it's more of communicating what you're really feeling and to understand just where the future is going. And it's not like you're asking for that's what I'm saying. I think promise is too heavy. I think we're going to get some more clarity here with this overall card here, which is the gratitude. That you're you're grateful for the feelings that you have, and you just want to see that energy, whatever those feelings are, what they're doing. And it doesn't mean, that you need a promise. It's a promise of a future to be able to continue the gratitude that you've already felt.
So building on the foundation that's already been set from a true line of communication, would you say?
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. I think this is a great thing. I think we need to throw
I'm ready.
I think
got?
there's going to be a party at the end of the week for the Scorpios.
Okay, I can roll with that.
Yeah. I love what this person at Love All Around said. Say what you feel without expectations. But I feel that it's like, actually that's what it is. It's like, I'm just looking to show you my gratitude of my feelings, and I just want to know if there's a promise that there is a future to just keep feeling. I'm not asking for a promise of what it's going to look like, just that there's a future to continue on moving. That's all it is. Because out there in the future, who knows what it looks like, even though as an astrologer and a tarot reader, we like to predict the future here, but there is this longer, wide future out there that has a mystery to it. And it's like, who knows what it will look like, but at least are we going to go towards this gateway? I love this card. It's very Lion King. I don't know why, but like, look at the stars, you know.
We do the dice?
Yeah, I'm going to do the dice. I was just...
Don't be
all
leaving
right,
those dice out.
6th house Jupiter in Leo. Wow. So, where is that Leo? There it is. Leo Jupiter, 6th house. So this is about setting your heart's beliefs, but being real about what your heart's beliefs are, and trying to build a understanding of the reality of where you believe your heart's at least having some sort of, you know, 6th house is organization. It's kind of like organizing all these heart feelings and all these great experiences and all this gratitude, and at least having some, it's kind of like a messy room. I think the emotions are a little bit messy, they're a little all over the place, and this is going to be about, there's a lot of positive if you speak from the heart, and you just come from the heart, and you come from a place of like a regal heart, and it will be good. It will be positive, and it will go in the right direction. It's just about organizing these feelings, organizing these futures that you are seeking of the heart. That's all it is.
Yeah, the expectations can kill any relationship.
Yeah, 6th house though can have some expectations.
It's hard though.
You
It's
know?
hard to put yourself out there and not like expect something in return. You know, it's like, am I doing this just for myself, or am I doing this to build on this relationship? So,
You know, that's a good point. I think that we get a little bit. To me, I think it's more. Well, you know what? You bring up a really good point. I just feel that it's more like so many people have so many rules or specifics, and judge and all this shit. Like I just feel like it's just like, can we just feel, and will you just give me the opportunity to feel and see if the future is going that direction? I mean, it's pretty much that. I think a lot of people are expecting a lot, like, oh well, but like it's kind of like, let's just keep seeing where the future goes. Let's just keep feeling until you reach a moment to where it'll be very clear naturally, like this is gonna be it, or it'll be clear like, you know, this just isn't really feeling good, you know.
it's hard to wait.
Well, while waiting, it's not like you're waiting because you're actually feeling.
In it as well. Yeah, I guess.
It's not like you're in a line and it's not moving.
That is true.
And it's not like it's a line either. It's like kind of like being on a great, you know, car ride, like moving and feeling how the car ride goes. And then at the end, if you make it to Vegas and you guys are still in a great space, then Vegas is going to be great. But if, you know, you can't really talk. My ex-girlfriend Erica and I, when we moved her out from New York, we used to tell people that we didn't have the radio on for the whole 5 days. We talked the whole time and laughed.
Yeah, that's the best.
Like we didn't need the radio on, and I think that's always a good sign when you have true love and compassion and camaraderie with somebody in love. And Erica today is still one of my best friends, and we love each other just as people, and we can still laugh for hours, and that's important. I think friendship and having that energy with people, it's so important in life, you know?
Well, in any relationship that you're going to continue with, there definitely needs to be that friendship value and just like the time that you're spending together, not when you're being, you know, in bed or in the backseat of the car or wherever you are. You know, being able to just like spend that time with the person, or even, you know, after you do have sex with them, you're like, fuck, I actually want this person to stay. I'm fine with them not leaving.
Yeah, and being cool. Like, it's not like, oh, this is in my space, or, ooh, it's like shared space, like mi casa, su casa. Should feel like that, right? Like, because I think that when we start to create like our ego stuff in a relationship, we start to be like, well, you're in my house, or you're using my towel, or, you know, and if you're doing that and you're in a partnership, like, adios, you know? It should feel natural. It should feel like welcoming. Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Welcome to the Thunderdome. Who do we got next here? We got the Sagittarius. 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 What are you feeling about the Sagittarius right now? They've had some weird readings for weeks, but I got a feeling this is going to be a good reading. All this Leo energy. You know, and I haven't said that for weeks. You know, I think that Sagittarius have been through some weird clearing of old emotional stuff. So we're going to clear those old readings. We're going to clear the deck. We're going to clear these cameras, clear the trolls from every weird, troubled, watered bridge in the universe. And we're going to see what happens with Sagittarius. Sagittarius got the nurture. So nurturing is needed, Sag. It's almost like we don't have cuddle puddle yet, but there's definitely just that feeling of being nurtured, being felt. But, you know, if you're in a relationship right now and you're not feeling nurtured, that's a sign. But if you're in something new and you want to be nurtured, you know, allow that nurturing in. It could feel really good. It could bring back the feeling of emotion. But if you're in something where that's being denied, or they're avoiding that, or you're not feeling like you want to be nurtured in that space, that's a huge indicator. So the positive is, if you're feeling that nurturing and love that you want to have and it's there and they're showing up for that, it's there. But if that energy is not there to be in that place and not wanting to truly feel you for just you without asking for more, it's not like you nurture and start, you know, trying to do some other things. That can come later, but that's definitely a place first of that feeling of connecting and just feeling each other and being there for one another.
Were you referring to sex? Is that what would come later?
Yeah, that possibly comes later.
Possibly,
but,
yeah.
You know, like I'm saying that if it's about just sex, then you wouldn't want to really nurture or like hold somebody or, you know, watch a sunset or something, you know?
Nurture versus nature.
Yeah, they're very, nurture and nature, very similar words. It's like, you know, it's like a natural state of like feeling and connection, or just like laying in a bed together and relaxing and feeling each other out. Like, but if that energy is not around, or if you're single and you haven't found that, and you're desperate for that this week, that could be something that comes up for those singles that don't have anybody they're dating. Or if you're in a relationship and that's not around, you might be wanting that a lot. But I'm not recommending to go cheat on somebody. That's why they have teddy bears out there, or I don't know. Then maybe instead of even going to a teddy bear, you need to confront something. The challenge card for Sagittarius this week is the North Node, Life's Purpose. So are you putting your life's purpose before some nurturing? Are you also making sure that you're picking up on your life's purpose and where you're wanting to go with your life? And are the people that you're connecting with nurturing and wanting to help you with your life purpose and your direction and your North Node energy? Or are they pulling you from that, and are you pulling yourself away from your life purpose of like almost needing them to nurture you when you need to be nurtured here a little bit? So, you know, there's a lot about a question about, are people aligned with their life purpose and your life purpose, and do they accept your life purpose? Do they want to, you know, put good energy into that life purpose? And I think there's a big question for all Sagittarius about life purpose and whether or not, you know, they're feeling in relationships that the partnerships they're in or anybody that they're dating can hold that life purpose of where they want to go. Are they stimulating that in any way, especially with the North Node happening to be in Cancer, which is the 8th house of deep connection and commitment and passion, if it's really all there. And that's a nurturing space right now for Sagittarius with this Cancer energy finishing out. So I would definitely throw that, the lady in white should come out for sure. And wow, the spiritual vices with this Two of Swords reversed. number one, you're not in a place where, you know, you have to make some crazy decisions about, you know, this is going to be a little interesting. One is, with this life purpose here and being a challenge, especially based off if you're just like off your path because you have energy that's pulled you away from it. But if you're on your path, I think that a lot of this is like, this doesn't have to be so like one-dimensional. We always feel like we're at a crossroad whenever we get to the energy of this Two of Swords, but when it's reversed, it's like you're not blindfolded. You're not in this place where it's like an intense, hardcore choice. It's an easy choice. It should be easy right now to understand the nurturing nature and the life purpose. That this is not some high degree decision. If it's a high degree decision, that means you know already what the choice is, that it's not right. If it feels like this high degree choice, it's not just like, ugh, this is not good. So you should be clear in what to do. But if you're in this pressure position of like, should I do this or should I not, or should I get out of this, should I let this in, or oh my gosh, then you know what, you're too stressed right now and you're not on your purpose and you're not feeling the nurturing from the energy anyways, or you're not allowing it or whatever, and you know what, maybe that's not the right vibe for you. It's not as pressuristic as you think it is, but if it feels pressured and it feels like you're not getting nurtured and it feels like your life purpose is kind of stalled, well, I would say that, you know, it's not that difficult for you to just understand what to do. You're creating your own blindfold and your own crazy choice that you're afraid to face the crossroads of making that choice in your life. The overall card is jealousy. Ooh. So, one is, oh, this card. Man, Sagittarius just don't get away from some weird little aspect here lately. I would say that all this is you really want things and really want to connect to what you really want. And if you don't do that, you're going to end up in a jealous place or a place of, what's a better word? A place like you're feeling like you've missed out. Because whenever the jealousy card comes up, it's something that we want that we don't have, or we're upset because somebody else has it or something. But you have the choice this week to have the nurturing, to have a big north node, new life purpose, and to not put up any restrictions or this is not some big choice, just to allow this amazing connection and positive things to happen. But if you choose to keep something that doesn't feel good, then you're going to be jealous of what you can have but you don't have. But also if you choose to block out something that's good and you don't have anything right now, well, guess what? You're going to end this week up and be like, oh, I'm so jealous I didn't get that, or feel like you're missing on something. Jealousy is missing something, and I'm going to put it more at that aspect. So don't miss out this week because you definitely don't want to get that energy. You did get Gemini, which is your 7th house ruler of relationships, Mercury, and you got the 9th house. So this is about starting to explore 9th house, you know, new environments with Mercury and Gemini, and new stimulation and new situations. I mean, this is definitely about exploring new situations, exploring communication, learning something. You know, there's a lot of stimulation here, and it's about exploring new territory you haven't been in. And feeling new territory is by going through the experience. So this is about learning to experience what is factually making sense, and also to pull out of experiences that don't make sense and be like, you know what, open up new doors into new exciting directions that'll bring you the stimulation. But if it's not bringing you stimulation, then that's where you open up a new door to something more stimulating, which is more about communicating your truth in a relationship. But if you've got a new door and you haven't experienced it and you want to experience it to understand what's there. You can't understand what's there unless you actually go through the experience and get the data from it. And I think that happens in both ways for Sagittarius, those that are not accepting or opening the doors fully, or for Sagittarius that have been holding on to old situations where they know the experience, they've got the data, and it's not going to change, and they got to learn to go through the experience of actually applying that data.
So be present in your emotions and your thoughts. Don't dwell in the past, but actually like really sit there and say, am I in this right situation? Am I getting out of it what I need? Am I being fulfilled? It's just simple questions like that.
Yeah, I think it's also though about like the experience you want to have. Like, do you want to have a beautiful, nurturing, and awesome life purpose and driven towards this, you know, especially since the North Node is in Cancer, which is the 8th house of passion, sex, intimacy, trust. There's a lot of this trust in allowing things in, but there's also that opposite of learning to let things go. On the opposite side, if you are in something that you're not feeling passionate about and you have the data, so why not go through the experience of seeing what happens if you apply the data? If you have something great and you haven't experienced the experience yet and you have the data that it looks great, go experience it so you know the data is true. You know?
You got to hack the mainframe.
Hack that mainframe. We are down to only two left.
Oh, no way. It's just flying by.
And it's Pisces. Aries is last. How funny. The first sign of the zodiac went last, and Pisces is here. Pisces is used to going last, but they are not last. Don't settle, Sagittarius, someone said. That's right. Don't settle. All right. We're going to clear the energy for these Pisceans. What do Pisces got? Pisces. Pisces are very interesting people. All right.
What's the most interesting you think about the Pisces?
Well, good example about Pisces to me is 1 minute they're all there and they're all connected. I'm going to get into old man for a second here and talk. They're there and they're all connected, and then 1 minute they run off. They can run off with other people, or they can run off away, and you're like, where are they? Like, what happened to them? They can disappear. Aquariuses can disappear, but they always leave a trail. So it's like, you know, Aquarians leave a trail because they always want to stay connected to the collective. And
You can run, but I will find you.
you can always find an Aquarius, just they make it a little difficult. They make a maze. Whereas like with Pisces, it's like, where did they go? Like one of my ex-girlfriends that I lived with for years, like she's not on social media, she's gone, she's off the face of the earth, like just gone. Like, whoa.
You never know. Maybe you'll get a letter here in the mail from an old
No, she has my
Pisces.
cat too.
She stole your cat?
Yeah,
Wow.
DJ.
We need to host a free DJ campaign. We need to get that cat back.
No, I
Hashtag free DJ.
We got the cat together. Believe it or not, we stayed up all night after a rave, and we wanted a cat because we didn't want a dog at the time. It was too much. And we went and got DJ. And then after we broke up, I moved in with Lyle.
Loli Lyle. And then we started hanging out.
And that's when you and I started hanging out, actually. So thank God we broke up.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
Fuck
be hanging
DJ.
out. Even though people don't know, Craig and I have been known each other pretty much our whole lives, but weren't hanging out. Kind of weird. But and Craig's family, my family, and another family that's connected with us, all three were like interconnected. And we all were hanging out with different people in the group, and then it all, I don't know, it's like
Yeah, I think we only raved like one time together.
yeah, we did more clubs together,
Yeah.
but I mean, we used to hang out on the beach a lot. But anyway, I gave the cat to her because I was moving in with Lyle and she wanted the cat, and I was like, yeah, of course. I'm not one of those, you know, dudes that will take the animal from somebody if they want it, you know. But that was a weird situation. I moved in with my brother, if y'all don't know who Lyle is, and my brother built a bar in our apartment, and we lived right on the beach with an ocean view in an apartment, and it was rowdy years. So I don't think that cat would have done well at that house, you know. Poor Gracie was a cat that my brother had to take from my mom, and it was my cat from high school, and my brother and I had that thing there, and that poor cat. I don't know if you remember, Lyle trained that cat to go to the bathroom in the fucking toilet.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah, he was too lazy to do the litter box, so he trained our cat to fucking go to the bathroom in the fucking
I wouldn't say
toilet.
that's lazy. I'd say that's fucking genius.
Lyle is
You
a
ain't gotta
genius.
smell cat shit and cat litter every day. It's fucking perfect.
My brother is a genius, though. He fucking trained her, and she was happy. She was like, it was really weird, though, because you would walk by his bathroom. My room was right there, and I'd look over and I'd be like, oh, Grace is taking a dump.
It's like Jinxie from Meet the Fockers.
Pretty
Or
much.
Meet the Parents.
Exactly. It was exactly what it
You
was.
had your own little Jinxie. It's beautiful. Good job, Lyle. Nice work.
Yeah, no, it was a good time.
You're a gentleman and a scholar.
And Lyle and I just were like, I was like, okay, well, we're gonna have Gracie, and anyway, and Alicia, she had moved down here, and you know, that was DJ was her thing, you know. So, all right, Pisces. See, you know what's funny about Pisces is anything Pisces you go around. You know, I read something the other day. When people are on psychedelics, and if let's say you're not on it, if you're around their energy, that you can get contact high from just being in the energy of the psychedelic field. I feel like when you're around Pisces, or if you even talk about Pisces energy, you can kind of get in their psychedelic kind of vibe and feel.
You find that true? Have you ever felt a little trippy when you're hanging out with me?
I've actually applied this data for like when I go to events and there's a lot of psychedelics going around. That yeah, like I can, I especially since I used to do them. I'm like, did that shit touch me? You know, like did anybody get any of that on me?
You're just picking up on my vibes.
I think I'm just picking up on the vibes, but I found it very true. So Pisces, we're clearing all the energy. It's time for your love reading. You got healing. Oh, it's time to heal. But you know, I think that this is a good moment for Pisces. I think that there's been a lot of kind of, I don't want to say that there's been a lot of things that didn't go the way you thought. But yeah, I think that this has been kind of a weird retrograde in your 5th house of reflecting on love. And maybe there's been some reflections that you weren't addressing before, and now you are. And so this is going to be a time this week to kind of process that and feel it out and feel the energies and feel, how can you feel better about it? Because healing really is not something that you have to do. It's about accepting, processing, and just allowing the process to go down and feeling comfortable and feeling good. And I think this week that, you know, maybe if you've been in a relationship, maybe there's been some tension, maybe you're going to heal that this week. Maybe if you've been single and you've been alone, you're going to heal what is that's been making you feel alone. Or maybe if a relationship didn't go the right way, you got the Libra card as the challenge. So yeah, this is definitely, that's the issue. There's definitely some relationship stuff going on for Pisces. We got to put the relationship trouble up for the Pisces.
So everyone knows this is my least favorite one to throw, but
Anyway, this is my favorite one.
no, we want
I didn't make that.
love. We want that deep,
I know, I just, you know,
deep love.
my whole point of being here as a reader is to polarize by the truth. So, truth is a hard thing. That's why in alchemy, Mercury, hermetic, all this is hermetic, folks. And Mercury is not emotional. It has to look at things from all sides. And if you get too emotional, not going to be a good thing in all this work. Libra challenge, this is some relationship challenges going on, and the healing aspect, you got to heal these challenges. There's going to be challenges based upon the star. The universe is asking for a fresh new start. So if you can find a fresh new start in a relationship, if you're currently in one, that's a good thing. But it is kind of feeling like you kind of have to start from ground one. Also, it might feel like in yourself, you kind of have to clear some old energy of what you've expected and realize that you need to just start from a fresh new space. The other thing too is the star card in Libra is like, Libra is trying to make the perfect thing happen, and you learn after a while that there is no perfection, and the star card comes after the tower card falls down. And you start over from the only perfection is our more pure and raw state. So I think that this is really bringing you down to a really raw and pure nature and finding the ability to have better partnerships and better things by coming into a more pure and healing and just more vulnerable state of accepting what the truth is and where you're at in relationships. And you did get the transformation card right on Libra. So change in relationships is forced upon you this week. And that's why there might be trouble for some Pisces. Pisces don't want change. Pisces, you know, that you think they do, but, you know, especially with Virgo as their 7th house, they definitely kind of like to have a rhythm, and this rhythm is changed. And with especially the 8th house being Libra for them, and the Libra card, you know, this changes around connection and the commitment, and where is those things at? Or if you're lacking passion or you're lacking receiving energy, you're going to need to heal what are you blocking from that. And there's a lot about starting over, starting a fresh new start, and letting a lot of things go from the past. And that's a typical Pisces thing. But Pisces got 10th house Jupiter in Aquarius. So this is definitely about focus on your long-term goals here and focus on new and exciting things, new people, new connections to better places right now. This could also mean you might meet someone through your work, or might meet someone in the same career line, or meet a friend through career, or a business friend, or a friend of a friend. Like, there's a lot of reconnecting with the world, reconnecting with a purpose, and focusing on that purpose. Because if you're in a relationship that's not taking you somewhere in the right way, maybe it's because it's not the purpose, maybe it's not the goals that you're really wanting in your life. And this is about learning to disconnect, find new connections, and where you want to go. Last one.
Last one.
Which is Aries.
Is that saving the best for last, or
Save the best for last?
is that what we're gonna say? Saving the best for last.
I think we're going to say that maybe Aries needed to go last because they needed to...
They need to be healed.
Well, in the astrology, Aries, all this energy is in their love house. So, like this new moon, this Mars, this Venus, this Sun-Venus coming in the next week and a half, this... it's about 2 weeks. There's a lot going on here for Aries in love. And with Mercury retrograde in the 4th house and the moon here, there's some weird emotional shit.
Good luck, Aries.
So good luck, good luck. I feel like we're at the racetrack. Good luck, or I don't know. We're at some place where we need luck.
My pops is in Aries.
Oh, Roger's in Aries.
Oh, interesting.
And Hugh Hefner was in Aries.
Hugh.
Big
ups to Hugh.
Yeah, Hugh. Aries, definitely. Is your dad doing good? He's doing good, huh?
Pops is doing good. He's back at it. He's back playing softball, working out every day. He's a freak.
Your dad is one of the most, like, in shape, like, positive, just happy guys I've ever met in my life.
My pops is a fucking stud.
He's a stud, and he's...
Happily married, ladies, unfortunately for all y'all.
Yeah, and by the way, your
stud.
stepmom is beautiful inside and out. She helps animals. She helps all kinds of animals. She helps out those mini horses, right?
Mini horse sanctuary.
Yeah, and she's a beautiful woman, too, and they're both in shape. They're both kind of like the perfect couple.
They keep it tight.
And
they drink now. They're having good times. They're retired. They're fucking kicking it. They're enjoying themselves.
Yeah,
they went to Africa last year.
Honestly, they're very good role models for relationships in this day and age. And and you know me, I wouldn't just bullshit you. I really mean that. And let's hope that your dad's Aries vibe can come to these Aries that need some of that right now. All right, let's not clear that energy, but let's clear all the other energy around, especially the trolls under the bridges around troubled waters. Perseverance. I don't like this card because of the tusk removed from the elephant. But, and like I said, when weird things happen, like your tusk being cut off for the ivory trade, you got to stay persevering forward. And so this week, I think that Aries, keep remaining persevering when it comes to happiness and love and positivity. Although I will say that there's two sides of the coin. There's that, and then there's another where if you've lost something or it's not going to attach back on and it's something that you valued very highly and you have to value it in a new way and it's not the same way, you might have to persevere in a new way. I think that, there's definitely been some weird kind of energy just in your own self or that you've gone through of loss or you've gone through of some weird stuff. And it's about persevering forward. But I think with, single Aries, this is like, keep going forward. Maybe there were some things that didn't work out. With coupled Aries, it's like you've been through kind of your own emotional, personal stuff and just keep moving forward and it's all going in a positive direction. The challenge is the desire card, bringing some desire back into life. Ooh, we definitely not throwing the lady in white. I don't even want to throw the troubles, but there is like some feeling that there is not. This is boring relationship, actually. Boring. So when you get a boring relationship card, don't worry. It doesn't mean that it's all boring. It just means that this is like trying to bring back some excitement into the relationship this week. And finding desire, you might feel like there's no desire out there. That's why you need to keep persevering. Or if you've lost a little bit of desire in the relationship, persevere, keep trying, I don't do a sex ed class here, but, it's like, keep trying, keep pushing for it. Try something, persevere, take them out to dinner, give them a gift. I don't know, just no ivory tusks that you bought off the black market. Spiritual advice is the 8 of Wands reversed. So the advice is, okay, things have not been really going the direction that you've wanted in life lately, but this is about kind of seeing that you learned a lot from these things not going the right direction. That'll bring you maybe more passion, more desire. So instead of focusing that it was all the wrong direction, focus that it was the right direction, the way things went to help you understand what you really want. Look at how these wands are even pointing towards the fire. So actually in this one, the wands are going towards that fire that is lost. So the things that have not gone right have actually got it to where it's the tension that's created this to create more desire and more fire in your life, So this is definitely about bridging a lot, but when you get this as this, spiritual advice card, yeah, it's like, you know what? It hasn't felt like the arrows have really gone the direction you want. These are the arrows of love, by the way, the arrows that everything's, going in the right direction. But, the spiritual advice is to remind you that it is. And if you look at it that way, and if you stop looking at everything's going the wrong direction and then you're going to pump that fire back up. Your overall card that you got is the water element. So this is an emotional thing. Water and fire definitely don't mix, but in this, it's like, if you could bring that emotional element back, because I think that emotions have been somewhat suppressed, I'm feeling here, with the fire element and the desire in the challenge position. I think that if you bring some water to this fire, it's going to create some steam. And I think that, it's okay to let out some emotion. It's okay to let your emotions out on the table. It's okay to let some feeling, maybe that you need to go get some water around you. Maybe you need to be around water. Maybe you need to go jump in the water. But maybe you need to go skinny dipping. I don't know. But there's definitely some steam coming here, and there's a lot of positives here. If you still keep moving forward, seeing that the things that have happened all were the right direction to bring you back to a place that you didn't even know you could have. So I think that this is very positive for Aries. Aries did get Aries with the North Node in the 11th. So this is about reconnecting with the world and connecting with the excitement of life again and having courage again and having courage to get back out in the world. There might be something that's been kind of restricting you of kind of getting back out in the world. Like you might feel like you've been kind of needing a crutch a little bit to kind of get through things lately with a South Node that would be opposite in the 5th house in Libra, kind of feeling like you need people to help you through or something. But you've got the power to get what you want in your life. You have the power to get the world that you want. You have the power. You need to connect with people. You need to connect with stimulation, excitement again, do some fun things. So that is a party for the Aries at the end of this week that they're going to get if they follow that surge.
So they got to stand true in the decisions that they made, stand true in the path that you actually chose. and don't second guess it. Be strong, be happy with where you are right now. And yeah, I mean, shit might look a little fucked up, but you're there. You got there for a reason. You made those choices, so.
Exactamundo, dude. So, it was quite a show today.
It was good.
You know, I will pull one more card, but
What
I
you
will
got?
pull a secret enchantment card for the collective. And while we are shuffling this, is there any news at High Vibe this week? We got Deep Astrology tomorrow.
Yeah, we got Deep Astrology tomorrow, followed by
Dark.
After Dark. Kim's actually going to be painting live
Abby's gonna be in the
tomorrow night
house.
for After Dark. She's going to be painting the High Vibe logo. We've got a little campaign that we're going to be rolling through. That's actually the next project that we're working on with her. It's going to be painting the High Vibe logo. That'll be released next week. Like I said, we're going to be running a full campaign around it, but we really want you guys to get involved. Yeah, it's going to be fucking badass. Looking forward to it.
And then Wednesday is spiritual dance music for the new moon.
Wednesday is spiritual dance music.
And
Got some new graphics for that one.
yeah,
So,
and it's gonna be a Leo one, so don't miss the ceremony. And you know, this is gonna be a Leo one, so you know, because Craig's double Leo, I'm double Leo, I got Venus and Mercury Leo. There's a lot of Leo, so it's gonna be a lot of Leo up in this mofo. And Mercury comes direct on that day too, which is fucking awesome.
perfect.
So, tomorrow night's After Dark, and I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna drop some gnarly bombs on Deep Astrology tomorrow.
We're going to have Abby in the house also for After Dark.
I said that. Abby's gonna be here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great time here at High Vibe. We got a lot of great content up right now. I'll be honest, I don't want to like toot my own horn, but my fucking sun sign horoscopes this week are fucking bang on. I literally got text messages in the middle of the morning last night, like at 3 a.m. and shit. People had watched them, and if you really want to watch your sun sign horoscopes, like. Go check out highvibe.tv. Go just check on the Leo King on the catalog. Like you'll be like, whoa, whoa. So hit it pretty hard with this Uranus stuff, Venus square Uranus, and yeah. So here we go. For the collective, we're gonna pull one card here. What is it overall that we just need to find to have some more better love in our life, whether we're partnered, coupled, single, or living with a fleshlight? Ritual. Well, I think I think that we have to find a new ritual in our life with relationships. We need to find a new way that we go about them. So we have to change the way that we go about relationships and create a more positive ritual and honor them differently. There is the phase of the moons in this card, which is kind of interesting. I do want to pull a second one for this. Good fortune comes from, you know, allowing ourselves to try a new ritual. Rituals are different routines, different ways of going about relationships, trying new things. So you have a lot of good fortune if you get out of your own way and actually try something new that you haven't tried before and create a new ritual, a new way of, you know, bringing out. A ritual is always something that you do to bring something about. And so this is a way of bringing out relationships in a way by creating a new way to do it. And good fortune lies there. And yeah, you know what? I don't like these cards, but we're going to just pull this last magical spell card. Back here. Oh my gosh.
Three. We're getting another one.
I know. I'm pulling one more.
Here we go.
And the middle one is not a challenge either. I'm not doing it as a challenge since I just added this here.
Yeah, creating a new ritual, stepping on a new path. It's a new light, it's a new day.
It's a new light. It's a new day. I don't know. These cards, I love them. I just don't like the sayings on them. All right. Ooh, this was the card that came out.
Yeah, that's the one right there. We got two.
Friendship. What else came out here? Creativity. Dream, sweet, sleep deep. Authenticity. Letting go, healing, organization, abundance, and we'll end with the passion. And actually, health, trust. Look at that. Trust. Look at that. Actually, look at psychic protection. I think that that was a lot of cards. I really feel that a lot of it, what I was getting was there has to be this really exciting, fun, creative force and authenticity and truth and abundance is all there. And, you know, once you find something great and it's healthy and it's beautiful, then that's when you put the protection around it. You don't need to like protect yourself right now in a way that's like, be careful. You need to be willing to open up to energies right now. And then once you've got it, then put some protection around it. Well, it was fun speaking with you. Thanks for everybody. There were some people that donated here on YouTube. We really appreciate it. And more importantly, check out highvibe.tv. You know, I did a reading today for somebody and I was like, do you understand why I put so much intensity on how powerful these eclipses are and the choices you're making? Because this next 5 months, it really is going to play out. So that video is on sale right now, my mid-2019 eclipse, and it goes into the eclipses that are going to be in December and January there, and Christmas, ironically enough, and January 10th. So definitely check that video out. It's over it's almost 2.5 hours long. It's like 2 hours and 15 minutes or something. It's on sale right now. It definitely will help you out. It goes into this Mars-Venus stuff. It goes to the Sun-Venus, and I go into deep about relationships. I love you all. I'm sending you all the best, and we'll see you for all the shows tomorrow. And then we hope to see you on High Vibe, of course, every day, every second, with all the free content and the different subscription-based content, which you can get for the price of a smoothie a month. Thanks so much. I'll see you all later.